You know, you'd have to be in the deepest, darkest depths of YouTube rabbit holes to have stumbled across this. However, welcome anyway. This is my Gobble Gum free Derizen Easter egg. I'm starting a new thing. This is going to be the beginning of my series of learning how to speedrun Black Ops 3 Zombies. This is by no means a speedrun. This took me about an hour, I think, to complete the entire thing from start to finish. I'm not, trying to do anything crazy. I'm just doing the Easter egg, challenging myself a little bit with not relying on Gobble Gums at all. And so I'm usually a high rounds player. I've never really been super crazy into Easter eggs until about a year or two ago, and I started playing them a lot. And then I saw how interesting speedrunning can be, and I wanted to I'm finally taking the leap to try and get into it. I started practicing a little bit of tech. It did not go very well. I had some pretty embarrassing deaths trying to figure out some of the things specifically for this map. Like some of the skips for the lightning bow. You know what? Here's some footage of my pain and shame. Enjoy these real quick.
There? Oh, higher. I'm gonna use all my fucking ammo doing this.
Alright, you know what?
Oh, I lost. I'm dead. That's actually fucking insane. Dude, can I just get past round 4 trying to just do something? Like, why do I suck ass when I'm just trying to figure...
Yeah, that's enough of that. That was that rant went on for a little while. It was like 2 in the morning. I was exhausted. I was trying to do one little thing, and I'm not used to dying on like round 4, and so I was getting a little heated, but that's all right. Here I am, doing the first dragon now. Again, by all means, not in any way a speed run. I was just trying to take my time, make sure I did things right. I actually ended up, since this was the exact same night as when I was doing those attempts, I screwed up a lot in this Easter egg. This is very sloppy, and I thought, I might as well full send it and ship it, just so that it can add to the, it might cause a little chuckle since this wasn't supposed to be a speed run. There's nothing special I was doing here. All I wanted to do was get it done. So yeah, no, it was there was a little frustrating parts, and that you'll see later on that were kind of fun. All right, so we got this first dragon done. I'm gonna head over and grab the shield part real quick. But as I wait, I'm about to make my way to power. I remember whenever this DLC first came out, like when I was in like middle school, this was the greatest. I thought it was the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. Because I'd always loved zombies. I played the hell out of Kino, all the World at War maps, because I had that on my little laptop that couldn't run anything but like World at War. Played some custom zombies and whatnot, and I had I always played so much of this, and I didn't have any Gobble Gums because I just didn't play enough to have all the liquid divinium to get all the cool ones. So I always did it, without Gobble Gums or whatnot, or just the basic ones. I'm finished up the second dragon here, but I always just remember having this little optimized route of mine. Whenever I thought it was so cool, I would finish the Wrath of the Ancients on like round 3 or 4, sitting there saving every tiny little zombie like it would matter. I'm going for high round strats, and I'm trying to get the bow as early as possible. So I ended up finishing up this dragon here. I'm gonna head down to the third one. I'm also gonna do a little trick I learned. I'm gonna turn on 3/4 of the anti-grav, because I learned that because if you, I never thought about it, but if you just turn on 3 of them, once you turn on that last one, it instantly turns on the anti-grav, so you don't have to wait for it to come back around. Since I don't need it right now, I can just turn on 3 of them and then just kind of wait. I was gonna start filling up the 3rd one, but you know, had to go to the dog round real quick. Picked up Jug for myself, and finished up this 3rd dragon. I don't necessarily know why I wanted to make this into a YouTube series. There's no real rhyme or reason about it. I wanted to get back on my YouTube channel because I haven't been on it in like a year, maybe longer. I was uploading Siege clips and stuff like that. Didn't really have a whole lot of people to, play with because a lot of my friends, they're not the biggest fans of Siege. It involves me just kind of begging them to get on. I grabbed the Wrath of the Ancients here. Start the lightning bow. You just gotta shoot the weather vein. Jeez, I think I might be stupid. I tried this lineup one more time just to see if I can hit it. End up completely whiffing because I suck at shooting the bow. Got the first bonfire there. Next bonfire is over here on the other side, right over here to the left. Just blast it. Lit that one up. Now there's another trick to hitting this last bonfire without even going down. You can shoot it right over the top of the building here, or if you miss, then you can just come over this window, aim right next to that mountain, and just start spamming around there, and you'll know you get it if you get the progression on the arrow. I always thought that was pretty cool. When I learned that just recently, and I was like, damn, that makes things nice. So I'm gonna activate the last bit of the anti-grav, and because now I need it, and I'm just gonna go ahead and get the wall run. There's a couple things you got to wall run on, just these big ass symbols. Next one, and there's the last one right there, and really simple. Lightning bow is really dumb easy, especially for how OP it is. And then, of course, the urns. You just got to fill up each urn with 5 souls, and then after that, you can use it to electrify your arrow. And then when you electrify your arrow, you can just send it right back at those same bonfires we shot earlier. Now, there is a trick for some of these to be able to use the same urn to hit 2 bonfires. For this one, you just kind of stand in the doorway and shoot right over the wall. I wasn't confident with it, and so I just did it normally, which I still suck. Anyways, yeah, no, you can stand right at the doorway, shoot the arrow, and after you shoot the arrow, you immediately go back over to the urn and charge your bow, and you should be able to charge your arrow right as it's hitting it. But I just did it safe since, I'm not really trying to do anything quickly. Next urn's going to be right over here above double tap. This one's pretty straightforward. I always like to use this one and then just hop over through the Winter Sphere. Come and then just shoot that one since this is the easiest one. The last one is going to be up underneath at the rocket test. But first I'm going to grab the last shield part here and build it. I always like building the shield underneath because that's usually where I spend a lot of my time. Oh, I edited that wrong. Lovely. I'll go back and fix that. Grab Mule Kick, grab an Arcade 5 just so I can have some extra ammo, and let's head to that last urn. Yeah, same thing. You just fill up the urn, 5 souls, and you get the charged shot. Then you come over here, and this is where the arrows that we shot landed earlier. You could come down here and just shoot it from down here, but it's just a lot faster and easier to do it from up top. Well, not easier, but it just makes your life a little easier. Come back, place your arrow in the cloud. It'll drop it back down as the complete arrow. Come down underneath, put it in the box, and you get a max ammo. So after you fill it up, you don't want to put it in just yet, because you can come over here and go ahead and start the wisp step. And then you can go ahead and upgrade your bow. So you just start the wisp step, you just come into the teleporter room and just shoot the balls on top of it. They should turn yellow. And then you'll hear like a Margwa roar. Then I put my bow in. Takes a second. Don't worry, you'll get it back. And then you start the wisp step. So there's a wisp that'll spawn in a bunch of different locations on the map. There's gonna be 4 of them. It can spawn on that wheel there. It can spawn on those boxes above double tap. It can spawn on the phone at spawn. It can spawn on the clock in the little command room. It can spawn in the on the radio in that same room over to the right across from Speed Cola. It can spawn on the power box right across from power. You can also spawn on the clock up near that first urn. And you can spawn in the globe on Samantha's room. So, really cool thing I learned, actually, while doing a bunch of research on the speedrun, is that the wisps aren't random. They spawn... They have 2 different places it can spawn after shooting the first one. It can spawn either... it spawns at one of the 2 closest locations. I didn't know that. Now, here, I have no clue where that last one was. And so I just kind of guessed, because there's a glitch with that double tap box that lets you... it just is invisible. So ended up having to do it again. Shot the one at spawn, got that one there, and then had the power box one. Then the last one was the radio. Now that I have that done, I can come under here and I can teleport. It should be glowing purple if you did it right. So go ahead and teleport, and it's gonna take you to the past. There's a couple things you gotta do. I actually got really lucky because the rocket test started like right after I teleported. Wild RNG. Now, remember that right there. You have to pick that up, and then you have to come over to the right. I forgot for a second, but you have to come over to the right, and there's going to be some fuses right there. You have to pick up off the thing. Now, remember, you see the blue vial over in the corner? That right there that I thought I had gone and picked up? Yeah. Turns out I didn't pick it up, and that's going to be important later, so remember that. Now, Dr. Groff is going to leave you a code on the safe you have to remember. It's going to be rocket, D, and like circle. I just call it, I just use the first letter, R, D, O. It's an easy way to remember it. After you get out of the teleport from the past, you're going to have a panzer spawn. Just spam your lightning bow at it, and he's going to, cry because there's nothing he can do. We're going to get our first Ragnarok piece here, and then we are going to move on and turn on, put the fuses inside the death ray here, and then you're going to switch over to protect. Now, I screwed up again because this console is supposed to be on after you do that. And I was so confused. And I couldn't figure out why. I went back and inspected, make sure I did it right, started flipping it back and forth to see if it would, come on. And it just wouldn't come on. So it turns out something I usually do in the game that I just hadn't done before all of this is you have to have the death ray turned on at least once. I didn't know that was the thing just because I just ended up using the death ray to get like the Ragnarok parts or whatever. So now I can come and put that code from the safe on this console here. After you do that, you can turn underground, grab these more fuses, and you can set those in, or coils, whatever you want to call them. You can put one in each side of the actual death ray rays, set it back to destroy, and now you can play Simon Says, or fucking memory game, whatever. So it's pretty simple. You interact with the console. It's going to show you the 4 symbols. Remember them, and then whenever it pops up on the big one, you're going to just press the button. The first one, we'll do it 7 times, and then when you do the second one down at the rocket test, it's going to be 8 times. So I started to do the wisp step again because you have to go in the past twice. So I just went ahead and did the wisp step again before teleporting. So I was like, yeah, let's jump down. Wait. I completely forgot to activate the Wonder Spheres. I was like, crap, my run's dead. I'm gonna have to do the wisp step again. But I didn't know this. I went to the past, and it turns out that it'll just do the second one anyway. So I was like, whatever, I'm gonna wait this out. I was like, wait, can I pick it up? So I interacted with the book. It opened the box, and it let me do it. I was like flabbergasted. I was like, am I bugging out the game? Am I about to soft lock myself? Also, you could still see the blue vial over there, and it was very depressing watching this back. Because I walked over to it, I interacted, and it just didn't pick it up. I guess I was aiming a little too high. I interacted of it. Oh, there it is, right there in the corner. Good job, Max. You are blind. Can't see it. I'm proud of you. I hope you know that. Anyways, I'm gonna come back here. And, another panzer's going to spawn. Every time you go to the pass and come back, another panzer's going to spawn. No problem. Just use your lightning bow. Make them cry. Call for mommy. And, it shouldn't be a problem. I actually got really lucky here because as soon as I got back, I started the rocket test. So, all you got to do to get the next part of the Ragnarok is wait for that lever to come down when the rocket test starts, and then just book it back to the inside area down here. And then it's going to start a little lockdown. All you got to do is wait for it to end, and this console will keep lighting up green. And after that, you're going to interact with the console, and it'll give you your last part inside the teleporter. Now, a little bit of advice. don't be an idiot like I am here. I completely forgot. Like, I did the whole process, and then just my mind completely blanked about picking up the part. And so I was like, crap, I gotta go back and get it. And so I made my way all the way back, because that part does not stay there permanently. As you can see, it's disappearing. So you have to make sure, you're already standing right there. Just grab it. Don't be stupid. So I'm doing the last memory game right here. Pretty simple. Same exact thing. It's only you have 8 symbols you have to do this time. And then after you finish that up, you get to watch a little mini cutscene as Dempsey crashes down into the earth. Just come press this button on the back of the death ray. Picked up the KRM while I was at it because I was going to pack a punch to help me out with the boss fight. And then you just take a look up, because now he's going to... Don't stand in the courtyard for this. I have died standing in the courtyard, so I just don't even take chances. But he just kind of swings around, dong, smacks the bell, and crashes down. So there's going to be a little golden rod you're going to pick up in this box right here, right there on the ground. You're going to take it down to the bottom, place it right here where you get the bow, and a keeper should come out. From here, you just got to follow it to 4 different locations. There's a spot in the courtyard, which would be the first one you see here. There's one up by the Gobble Gum machine near Stamina and the power. There's one over by the car right outside of spawn. And there's one right next to Mule Kick. This step's pretty easy. You just stand there, and if you're solo, it's only going to be 1 bow, whichever bow you choose. Now, so for me, all 4 places are going to be lightning bow. But if you are co-op and offline, it makes you do all 4 bows. If you're co-op and online, I think it only alternates between the 2. Because me and some friends did it with 3, and we could just use those 3. But if you are doing it with 4 players, you have to make all 4 bows. But since you're solo, you don't have to do it. So the next spot is going to be right here, in between all of like the knights and everything. You're just gonna, same thing. Just sit there, charge your bow, just wait, let it feed the little rune above his head, and he's gonna move on to the next one. So this has always been, my top 3 favorite maps of all time, if not, like top 2, because this just holds a special place in my heart with just how much fun I had as a kid playing this map. Because I didn't have a whole lot of money to buy the other DLC, so it was a long time before I ended up having them. So I just had Horizon. Everyone else was playing Zetsubo and Gorod, and I didn't have those maps, and so I was stuck playing this one. So I had played so much. I just did high rounds, running in circles out by the death ray. The only time, and then whenever when Revelations came out, I was able to get that because that map looked sick. This next spot, damn, stutter, holy crap. Panzer got in my way. It's all his fault. Let's blame him. Next one, make sure, so that stone you picked up in the past, you're going to place it right here underneath this light, because that's what you're actually filling up for the keeper. If you don't place it, then you're going to be sitting there shooting zombies for forever, and nothing's going to happen, and you're going to cry. You're like, what the hell's going on? Don't forget to place that down. Again, it's the exact same thing over and over. But yeah, Revelations came out, and I remember that map was so much fun. I'm excited to do that for this, because I haven't done that Easter egg without Gobble Gums since way back in the day when I first had it. And it's just, that map's also held a special place in my heart just because of how intricate the Easter egg is, all the different areas you can go to. Just unlocking the Pack-a-Punch was just so sick, because you go inside an Apothecon and just, tear his paws and, open it through there. And it was different, very cool. Same, and then, when Revelations came out, that's when I had bought the season pass. So then I had Gorod and Zetsubo. I was absolutely loving Black Ops 3 Zombies. And, I come back to it like every few months. I just have a period where I just come back to it and play it. So the next spot right up here is by Mule Kick. It's the last one you got to do. Now, they are random. It can go to any of the spots. And on your last one, there will be a Panzer spawn. I forgot about it, so he almost touched me. He just kind of appeared. Just do what you've been doing and just spam your bow at him. He'll die. It's no big deal. But after you finish this one, the keeper will be fully materialized, I guess the word is. And after that, he's going to go to the pyramid, and he's going to go to Moon and, tear some people up. And, it's a good time. You can hear everyone screaming and everything. Yeah, it sounds like sucks to suck. But yeah, I'm really excited to do this series because Zombies has always held a very, very special place in my heart. And why not? I figured I'd challenge myself a little bit. Gobble Gums make the game really easy. And so I figured I might as well make it some sort of challenge instead of just doing the Easter eggs. Because, everyone's seen the Easter eggs 9 billion times. People have also seen no Gobble Gun runs probably 9 billion times. Everyone's probably done one as well. But, hey, I don't really care. I'm here to have a little bit of fun. So now I'm just going to prep for the boss fight. Pretty simple. Jump down here and go ahead and pack a punch. Also, I don't know what it is about the KRM. That thing is just an absolute beast when you pack a punch it. And obviously you get Mustang and Sally's. Now this is where depression starts. I get quick revive and get trapped by the dog. Have the most unfortunate down of my life. I was so mad, and I was absolute mauling. I was just about to go in the boss fight, and bang. This is where the downhill starts. I try to bounce back. I built the Ragnaroks, and get Jug again. And then this is where I realized I try to put the vial in with the mystery goo, and it's not working. This is where I realized I didn't even pick it up, and I was absolutely fuming. So I was like, whatever. I'm gonna have to do the wisp step again. Let's knock it back out. Grab quick revive. Get these back. Teleport. And I just was sitting there in my chair, leaning back, just like, bro, I could not believe I actually forgot this thing. I go and pick it up, made sure I picked it up, and just sat there, crashing out. And then I sat there, thought to myself, I was like, yo, I got to lock in. I got to finish this. And I got to make sure that, I'm almost done. I'm right there at the boss fight. All I got to do is kill the boss. That's literally all I have to do. It's not that hard, Max. Lock in. Oh, my God. So anyways, I had a big problem, now I'm stuck with almost no ammo in my bow. I have to, get some points so that I can do some things. Get me a max ammo. Go grab speed cola, and I said, you know what? Place the goo. I said, you know what? Fuck it, we ball. We're just gonna send it. And the boss fight in this game, super easy, as long as you know what you're doing. You stand up right against one of these pillars, and you just spam the lightning bow at your feet. That's all you gotta do. Then we start doing this charge attack. Place your Ragnaroks right on that ball. His chest is gonna open up. Start spamming it with your Mustang and Sally. Easy money. Then pick it up. A bunch of panzers are gonna spawn. Blow them up with your bow, because it makes life real easy. Don't worry if you missed that max ammo. I started freaking out a little bit, but it respawns. That's another thing I didn't know. I never took the chance of missing it. As soon as you kill all the panzers, it's just gonna spawn the boss again, and it's just rinse and repeat. Start shooting your bow. You spam the hell out of it. Stand in the corner. Place your Ragnaroks. Shoot him in the chest. Blast that man till he, you can't do it anymore. Kill the panzer. Stand in your little spot again. Place the Ragnaroks. Shoot the boss. And then, yeah, if you're lucky, now you're done. That's all you gotta do for the boss fight. Real easy. Now after you get out, pick up the summoning key here and run it upstairs back to where you played the first memory game, and boom, you did it. I'm proud of you. I wanted to cry because it was 3 in the morning and I wanted to go to bed. But I was having too much fun. I always thought this little mini thing before you're done is super cool. It's really nice to look at. Yeah, that was pain, to say the least, because I was tired and rusty. Now there's a skip you can do here, right before the rockets end, if you down yourself with your Mustang and Sally, if you're playing as Richtofen. If you're playing as Richtofen, it'll skip the quote and you'll go straight to the cutscene. But if not, you know, like I do here, you stand here and it does a cutscene over the, or the dialogue over the intercom. But yeah, now the moon blows up and you go to the cutscene. But that was the, you know, I appreciate y'all watching. This is going to be a really fun series to do. I'll show y'all my pain and agony along the way because I know a lot of you sadistic turds are going to enjoy that. But I'm gonna try and do all the maps. I'm mainly doing it without gobbles because I don't have gobbles and I want to get the progression on the super Easter egg. And I'll be able to do it with all the maps except Zetsabo. I'm still gonna do Zetsabo with no gobbles, but I'm still gonna use Anywhere But Here because you need it for the Easter egg. I mean, that's just kind of how that cookie crumbles. You have to use it, and so that's the only one I use for that. I imagine it's not gonna be a problem. And it's not gonna. Nobody's gonna be like, "Oh, you used a Gobble Gum." Yeah, no shit, I had to. But this is gonna be a lot of fun. Let me know how y'all feel about this, what y'all think. You know, make sure to give me some tips if y'all want to on how to improve on movement, stuff like that. Because my movement is absolutely atrocious, not great at all. But I'm gonna be starting doing a lot more zombies content. Because, I mean, I've always loved this game. Don't get me wrong. It's amazing. And I don't know why I never thought to do stuff like this. I started to do Siege like an absolute cringe lord. But, yeah. We're going to keep doing this. I'll probably do Zetsabo next. Since, that's next in order. Or maybe I'll go ahead and do the Giant. Or just knock out Shadows. I'm not sure if Shadows I'm going to have to do co-op in order to get the progression for the Easter egg. For the super Easter egg. I don't remember, but I mean, I'll figure that out and you'll see it when it happens, I guess. But this was a lot of fun to make, a lot of fun to edit and look back on, maybe laugh. And this just, oh man, I love this game. Absolute banger. And this is just, enjoy these last few moments of the cutscene.
I owe you life debt. Mind if I pay later?